Good evening, everybody. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's warmer here now. It's up in the 20s, so we're all excited while wearing our t-shirts. So I'm trying to remember where we were exactly, where we left off. What was what's our place?
I
Do you
think
know?
we finished the third or fourth, the third,
Did we finish internal family systems?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, then we were just starting with probably with spiral dynamics.
No, we did spiral dynamics, didn't we?
Did we do spiral dynamics and are we?
Yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
talked about their studies and all their students, and
Yeah, okay, good. Okay. So we're at appreciative inquiry?
we
I
haven't
think,
done that.
yeah, that's where I think we are. Okay, let me share this. I don't think maybe I don't have privileges. Okay, wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on a second. Let me see if I do. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. I think this is it. You can see it?
yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. So it looks like it would be Anne and Kim and Melissa and Malen and me.
So Melissa said she just wanted to listen.
Oh, okay.
No, Milan.
Lynn, sorry.
Okay, so the four of us then. Okay. Um, hold on a second. I've got to hide something else. Okay, so I can see. All right.
Okay. Appreciative inquiry. Our Sangha has faced challenges common to organizations as they evolve and grow. Appreciative inquiry is a way to mobilize friendly curiosity, creative imagination, design thinking, and commitment as a large-scale resource. It is a process that invites participation and collaboration. In my view, it is a wonderful method for practicing our Zen perspective and values at the organizational level. We practice inclusion, openness, mindfulness, curiosity about all that arises, relational virtuosity, generosity, and interdependence at a scale beyond the individual for the benefit of all beings.
What is appreciative inquiry? Appreciative inquiry is based on the work of David L. Cooper Ryder, PhD. The source for this section is the Appreciative Inquiry Handbook by David L. Cooper Ryder, Diane Whitney, and Jacqueline M. Stavros, Crown Publishing, 2005. Appreciative Inquiry, a practitioner-oriented definition. Appreciative inquiry is a cooperative, co-evolutionary search for the best in people, their organizations, and the world around them. I mean, I know this is something in many places in the book, but I think the reader is going to be confused whether these are your words or from the book.
That's why I said this at the beginning, the source for this section. Yeah, that's why I put that at the beginning.
Is source a little ambiguous, though? Like source might be where you're getting your information from as opposed to the words. I don't know.
Let me think about that.
Okay. Appreciative inquiry is a cooperative evolutionary search for the best in people. I love that, for the best in people, their organization, and the world around them. It involves the discovery of what life gives to a living system.
Now, what gives life to a living system?
Sorry. It involves the discovery of what gives life to a living system when it is most effective, alive, and constructively capable in economic, ecological, and human terms. Oh, that's funny that AI
I know. This is
involves
unfortunate. Yeah.
the art and practice of asking questions that strengthen a system's capacity to apprehend, anticipate, and heighten positive potential. The inquiry is mobilized through the crafting of the unconditional positive question, often involving hundreds of thousands of people. AI interventions focus on the speed of imagination and innovation instead of the negative, critical, and spiraling diagnoses commonly used in the organizations. The discovery, dream, design, and destiny model links the energy of the positive core to changes never thought possible.
Okay, let me move this up a little bit.
Thank you. As an approach to organizational analysis and learning, it is intended for discovering, understanding, and fostering innovations in a social organization arrangement and process. AI refers to two things, a search for knowledge, a theory of collective action designed to evolve the vision and will of the group, an organization, or society as a whole.
AI propositions. Inquiry into the art of the possible in organizations should begin with appreciation. 2. Inquiry into what is possible should yield information that is applicable. 3. These need spaces after their numbers. Okay. 3. Inquiry into what is possible should be provocative. 4. Inquiry into the human potential of organizational life should be collaborative.
Two basic questions behind any AI initiative. Appreciative inquiry initiative. That's tricky. Number one, what in this particular setting and context gives life to this system when it is most alive, healthy, and symbiotically related to its various communities? Number two, what are the possibilities expressed and latent that provide opportunities for more effective, value congruent forms of organizing? AI differs from problem-solving approaches. The basic assumption of problem-solving is that organizing is a problem to be solved. The task of improvement traditionally involves removing deficits by 1. Identifying key problems or deficiencies, 2. Analyzing the causes, 3. Analyzing solutions, and 4. Developing an action plan. In contrast, the underlying assumption of AI is that an organization is a mystery that should be embraced as a human center of infinite imagination, infinite capacity, and potential. The word mystery signifies literally a future that is unknowable and that cannot be predicted.
It's so interesting how this parallels to the way traditional psychotherapy has been in terms of problem solving and deficits, rather, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just reinforces that the person's not very good.
Right. Defective.
8 principles of appreciative inquiry. Appreciative inquiry is about conversations that matter. These conversations transform one-way top-down communication into open, whole system dialogue. The diagram below describes the core principles of appreciative inquiry. And do you want to say the diagram on the right side or something?
Yeah. Hold on a second here. Okay.
The appreciative inquiry process. Appreciative inquiry is described as a 5D model, referring to define, discover, dream, design, and destiny. The key stages of the process and the key stages of the process. It is a fundamental rule that everyone in an organization is included in this process. On the facing page, you can see a map of this process. Here's how we proceed. I'm gonna let somebody else go now.
Yeah. One, define the topic of the inquiry. Topics must be positive affirmations of the Sangha's strengths and the potential it seeks to discover, learn about, and become. Criteria, topics are affirmative or stated in the positive. Topics are desirable. They identify the objectives people want. The group is genuinely curious about them and wants to learn more. The topics move in the direction the group wants to go.
There are two things. One is I think there's an extra space after desirable.
Maybe, let's see. No?
I'm wrong. Okay. And wants to learn more should have a period.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
And then
So,
I'm wondering,
Oh, a positive too, stated in the positive needs a period too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Melissa,
I'm wondering too if because what has been above has been a general description uh, of the inquiry process. I mean, of the what the inquiry process is. If you might not want to say something like, as let's see, the uh, appreciative inquiry um, process as was used in our sangha, or how we applied it, or something like that,
oh, okay.
because it's a
So,
little confusing to me anyway,
yeah,
that you're going from the broad definition and then all of a sudden but you don't seem to have a
I
bridge
know.
there.
Yeah. So I'll just say, here's how we have proceeded at Appamada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
okay. 2 and 3. Discover and dream. Appreciative inquiry interviews. People are randomly matched to take turns interviewing each other. Listening partners, take notes and don't comment, although you might ask questions to evoke further details. We provide some guiding questions for the interview. Describe a peak moment with your Sangha, a time when you felt most alive and connected. Please recall as that moment.
Should be just that moment.
Recall that moment in as much detail as possible. The setting, other people, and what you and others were doing at the time. Without modesty, what would you or those who know you well describe as your true gifts? Imagine that you wake up 5 years from now and that your Sangha has evolved into your ideal Zen center, thrilling, vibrant, and deeply nourishing, so that you look forward to all that it offers and engage with it wholeheartedly. What does that look like? What would you be doing? What would other people be doing? How is the Zen Center relating to the world? What is going on? Find another pair and share
Oops, hold on.
what you've discovered about your partner's experience. See if there are any common themes from these interviews.
Okay, and there's a space before gather.
A space before gather.
In 4.
In 4?
The
Oh,
next one.
yeah.
Design from what is to what will be. Gather the reports and meet in small groups. With your group, agree on one of the common themes to focus on. List some elements critical to this inquiry. brainstorm how these examples might inform the design that brings the vision for your theme into being. What are the necessary steps? Who would be affected by any changes? How might you design? How might your design support a healthy change toward the desired future? Discuss how did your small group organize your work together. Your group will report what they learned together.
5. Destiny, practical steps to realization. Destiny is really about our capacity to respond appropriately to whatever situation arises. What Peter Hershock calls improvisational,
Virtuosity.
improvisational, thank you, veracity.
Mhm.
It's hard for me to see. Liberating intimacy. This capacity is at the heart of our Zen tradition. Realizing our aspirations for the design we develop involves 4 kinds of of competencies, yeah,
Uh,
within the organization.
okay.
Affirmative,
I'll take this one.
thank you.
Affirmative competence. The organization draws on the human capacity to appreciate positive possibilities by selectively focusing on current and past strengths, successes, and potential. Expansive competence. The organization challenges habits and conventional practices, provoking members to experiment in the margins. It creates a vision that challenges members by encouraging them to go beyond familiar ways of thinking. It provokes members to stretch beyond what have seemed to be reasonable limits. Generative competence. The organization constructs integrative systems that allow members to see the results of their actions, to recognize that they are making a meaningful contribution, and to experience a sense of progress. When members perceive that their efforts are contributing toward a desired goal, they are more likely to feel a sense of hope and empowerment. Collaborative competence. The organization creates forums in which members engage in ongoing dialogue and exchange diverse perspectives to transform systems. It creates an environment that fosters participation and highly committed work arrangements.
What does this mean for the future we're bringing into being? Reflect on the whole process so far, then envision practical steps, no matter how small, that you could commit to that would move toward the realization of the design you developed in the design phase. Considering the competencies above, how could that design be practically achieved? How might you use your gifts recognized in the first exercise interview toward developing the vision? Drawn from the Appreciative Inquiry Handbook.
I think you need to. I just tried to Google this link, learn more at, but I think you need. I don't think it works.
Oh, uh-huh.
So okay. This is a typical structure for appreciative inquiry as we've used it at Appamada. See, it's not clear to me, like, I know a bunch of what we just read is your writing, but when the other writing ends and your writing starts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
For example, we have used it out when considering adopting the generosity initiative, and again when considering purchasing a new facility for the center. Because AI includes everyone in the process, everyone's voice is heard. Because it is a collaborative process, it strengthens the bond of spiritual friendship and mutual regard. It helps break the trance of individual participation and create a sense of genuine community and its care. But most importantly, it provides a scaffold for the collective imagination of the Sangha to envision the future we want to bring into being.
Okay.
Should it be creates?
Let's see.
The trends of individual participation and
Oh,
creates
yeah.
a sense of.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so a couple good resources there. Um, David Cooperrider looks so boyish. He can't be as young as he appears on stage. I'll tell you that. He's done so many things. Um, and they did establish a PhD in appreciative inquiry at Case, but I don't know that um, that's the main link for appreciative inquiry anymore. So we'll see. Okay. Any other thoughts about this?
Can we see the diagrams, please?
Oh, yeah. Here's the first one. Um, it's hard to read on the screen, but it basically says words create worlds and shape our perception, knowledge, and understanding of the world around us. So these are principles of appreciative inquiry. The original principles and then the emergent principles are over on the right. Inclusivity builds collective capacity by pooling our collective knowledge and expertise in generating new opportunities. So these are all the kind of elements of the way that they think about appreciative inquiry. For example, this poetic capacity, all situations have an infinite number of things we can explore, and what we choose to focus on makes a difference. So they talk about how the trajectory of our organizations is a poem, like a poem or a narrative that we're constructing together. That's the narrative principle. Stories are transformative. We live into the narratives we construct and tell ourselves. And then there's these other capacities. The questions we ask are fateful. This is simultaneity. Questions we ask are fateful and ignite change the moment the question is asked. So that's a really important principle of appreciative inquiry, that the minute you ask a question, you're already setting in motion certain changes. Let's see. Anticipatory, new, and inspiring images of what we want stimulate us to make small changes that align with our preferred future. The poetic one, I think I told you. Positive emotions influence what we do or think in a situation. Positive emotions invite positive questions that result in positive change. Then in these emergent things, wholeness, inclusivity builds collective capacity. I already told you that. Enactment, embodying the change we wish to see, helps create a living model or prototype of our ideal future. Narrative stories are transformative. We live into the narratives as we construct and tell ourselves. Free choice, people are more committed to positive change when they have the freedom to choose how and what they contribute. And then awareness, building awareness around underlying biases and assumptions helps to cultivate deeper conversations and relationships. So these are all sort of the pillars of appreciative inquiry. Then this diagram is a diagram of more of the aspects, the dimensions of the process. So this definition, what is the focus of the inquiry? Its purpose is clarifying. What are we really asking about? So for example, they gave the example at the conference of Avon, Mexico, and Avon, Mexico was having all kinds of gender issues, and they were really distraught about it. And so they came to David Cooperrider and said, "Would you consult with us? We've got to work on this gender problem that we have." And he said, "Well, you're going to have to ask me what you want. What do you want to bring?" And then they went away, and for the longest time, they could not figure out how to express it in a positive way. We just don't want these problems, is basically what they kept saying. We just don't want these problems. And so finally, after months and months and months, they finally crafted this focus, which was, we want to have harmonious relationships between the genders in our organization. And so Cooperrider said, well, yes, that's a positive statement. That's a way to, positively state what it is you actually want, not what your problem is, or so-called problem. So that's when we started really talking about the distinction between talking about a problem and talking about a situation. So it's so limiting to talk about something as a problem, and it implies a linear path to a solution. And most of the things that we deal with are not like that. They're more like situations. They involve a lot of different people, an environment, and all kinds of aspects of the situation that are not included in a problem definition. So anyway, so then these are the other discovery, what gives life, the best of what is. This is about appreciating what's working already is usually what they ask. What's working well already, or what is it that you're most that you find most appealing. Then dream what might be. What is the world calling for? This is envisioning results. And then you move into the design stage. What should be? What's the ideal? And then you co-construct that design or plan for moving toward that dream. And then destiny, how to empower, learn, and adjust, improvise. So this is how we actually manifest that design, and also recognize when it's working or what its milestones are. So a big part of this is celebrating the accomplishments, even very small accomplishments. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I forgot whose turn it is. Is it who was
I think it's
last?
mine.
Oh, okay.
Did you just read, Kim?
I don't remember. Why don't you read?
Okay. Joanna Macy. Joanna Macy, May 2nd, 1929 to July 19th, 2025, was a Buddhist scholar and philosopher, environmental activist, teacher, and pioneer in the field of deep ecology. Her lifelong intention was to foster a shift from despair to empowerment, from feelings of powerlessness to active hope. Flint and I first encountered her work through her book Mutual Causality in Buddhism and General Systems Theory, The Dharma of Natural Systems, published in 1991 by Sunny Press. The scholarly book draws on the earliest teachings of the Buddha to clarify the teachings on dependent organization or
Origination, yeah.
origination. The central realization of this awakening. His realization that cause and effect arise together and are mutually dependent is still a revolutionary concept. Even in the early days following the Buddha's death and continuing right up to the present day, there are fundamental misunderstandings of these teachings and cause and effect with grave consequences for us individually and as a society. Macy then explores parallels between these teachings and general systems theory, current scientific research, and understanding of complex systems and their unique properties.
Okay, wait. The four things need to be changed. There's a space before Joanna.
Right,
You probably want to italicize the name of the book,
right. I did that.
and you want a space after you eliminate the space after theory,
Yeah,
and then after society you have two dot periods.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then let me add, maybe I just misunderstood where the his goes. Um, the teachings of the Buddha to clarify his teachings on dependent. Yeah, is that his really supposed to be a his, or are we talking about Joanna?
No, his. That's what her work does, is clarifies his teachings.
Clarifies Buddha's teaching.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This scholarly book draws on the earliest teachings of the Buddha to clarify his teachings on dependent origination. right?
I wonder about and clarifies.
To clarify the teachings.
And
Oh, they're his
okay, the
teachings.
earliest teachings of the Buddha and clarifies his teachings on independent or
No,
origination. So
it
that
draws on those teachings to clarify, on the earliest teachings of the Buddha to clarify his teachings on dependent origination. So she goes back and looks at the earliest record before it all got sort of distorted. So she clarifies his teachings on dependent origination, but she goes back to those earliest teachings to do that. Does that make sense?
yeah, but I still think it's confusing. Um, teachings of the Buddha to clarify his teaching. I s- I still think it might be better and clarifies his teaching on dependent. So then you know that's just me. That
That's
the hit or we can even um,
but that's the
the earliest
purpose.
teachings of the
Yeah.
Buddha, period, to clarify his teaching or to clarify Buddha's teaching on independent origination.
Let me work on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's me. Okay. Beyond her scholarly work, however, we have benefited most as a Sangha from her powerful work that reconnects, as described in her 2014 book, Coming Back to Life, published by New Society Publishers. This remarkable book describes 3 stories about our world and invites us to choose the life affirming one. The story of business as usual, ignoring the crises we are facing, the story of the great unraveling, filled with despair, and the story of the great turning, the emergence of new and creative human responses that enable the transition from the industrial growth society to a life-sustaining society.
She describes 3 dimensions of the great turning that are mutually reinforcing. 1. Holding actions in defense of life. The countless actions to slow down the destruction being wrought by the industrial growth society. These take political, legislative, and legal forms as well as direct actions.
Oops, that should be direct.
Direction acts, not direct.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Hold on a second here.
And I'm wondering if you might not want to, at least in one of those paragraphs, put her name, put Joanna or Joanna Macy, put that back in. You have she. And although one should assume that that's who you're talking about, it is much more clarifying and it reminds us of who the person is. If you might want to put her name
Okay,
again in one of those
yeah,
last 2 paragraphs
right.
that we just read.
Yeah,
2. Analysis and transformation of the foundations of our common life, which has 2 aspects. Understanding the dynamics of corporate capitalism, including the structures of law and governance that support it. Generating structures based on the inherent authority and rights of we the people to govern ourselves and to protect the grounds of our common life. 3. Shift in perspectives, perceptions, and values prompted by the convergence of 3 rivers, our anguish for our world, scientific breakthroughs, and ancestral wisdom teachings about our world as a sacred whole in which we have a sacred mission. Pages 6 through 14.
And
She,
there you might,
oh, go on.
I'm sorry, I was going to say there you might want to, in that parentheses, put the name or the beginning of the book again, because we're quite a ways away from where
right.
you talked about what
Yeah,
this is coming from.
yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm sorry, Kim, I didn't mean to interrupt
No, it's fine. Okay?
Yep.
She warns about the danger of apathy, blocking our pain for the world She offers a perspective on living systems theory that she calls the basic miracle and invites us to engage with the work that reconnects us to each other and to the world. This deep theoretical foundation is followed by practical instructions for guiding workshops and trainings that have 5 phases. Coming from gratitude, honoring our pain for the world, seeing with new eyes, reconnecting with past and future generations, and going forth.
The book has special sections about engaging with children and teens and learning with communities of color. A rich set of resources follows, including sections of meditations, Chief Seattle, I know who that is. Chief Seattle's message, the best,
Bestiary.
oh, thank you, by Joanna Macy, Ethics and Declarations of Rights and Body Work and Movement. The comprehensive work is a treasure we have shared with the Sangha in Dharma talks, study groups, workshops, classes, and interviews.
No,
It is if
intensives.
anything, I'm sorry. Oh, it's intensives. I'm sorry. It is if anything, much more necessary now than when it was published. Sorry. Joanna Macy, scholar, author, teacher, activist, hero. Learn more. JoanneMacy.net. I'll double check the.
I just checked it, it's fine.
Oh, good. Thank you, Kim.
This is the last of our tributaries. Conversation Cafe. Conversation Cafe is a method for structuring a discussion that ensures that every person has an opportunity to speak and be heard, while also allowing time for free and open conversation. I've used this model not only in our own Sangha, where we often pair it with a potluck supper, but at conferences, meetings, and consulting. It has surprising benefits, which I'll share after explaining just what Conversation Cafe is in our practice at Appamada. We gather informally, and depending on the number of participants, they are divided among tables of equal numbers as much as possible, typically 6 to 8 people at each table. There may be a predefined topic, or the topic may be generated once everyone is assembled. We ask each person to list 3 topics they would love to hear other Buddhist perspectives on. I see we need a apostrophe there. We then list all of these topics and vote. Once the topic is decided, we take a few minutes to clarify it if there is any confusion. Then we begin with the host timekeeping, strictly observed using a timer. Here's how our Conversation Cafe is structured once the topic is clear.
1. 1 minute of silence for reflection on the topic. 2. A 1-minute round in which each person in turn at the table has 1 minute to speak about the topic. There's no crosstalk, interruptions, or questions. At the end of 1 minute, it is the next person's turn. Anyone may speak or be in silence for the full minute or any part of it, but they may not pass. Their time is protected. 3. 1 minute of silence for reflection on what we've heard. 4. A 2-minute round, exactly like the 1-minute round. Each person now has 2 minutes to speak. It feels so spacious. 5. 1 minute of silence for reflection on what we've heard. 6. 15 minutes of open conversation with no restrictions. 7. A 1-minute round in which each person in turn speaks about something another person has said that they will remember, that touched them or surprised them, inspired or challenged them. 8. Optional debriefing. What was that experience like for you?
The agreements. Read the agreements out loud. The introduction of these agreements begin to mark the shift from daily busyness and ordinary chit-chat to wiser generative depths at a slower pace of being and time. You could have each person read one of them. This begins a sense of ownership of the process and gives a few people their first opportunity to speak.
Open-mindedness. Listen and respect all points of view. Conversation isn't just talking, it's talking and listening. In fact, in a group of 4 to 8, you'll be listening more than you're talking. By focusing on listening, you may also benefit from the variety of ideas around the table.
Acceptance. Suspend judgment as best you can. We all judge one another, but do your best not to. Doing so will enable you to hear new things from others. It also helps everyone feel safer if they think others are not trying to judge them.
Curiosity. Seek to understand rather than persuade. We're not here to convince others that we are right and they are wrong. If someone expresses a point of view that seems different from yours, see if you can ask some questions to gain clarity or understanding.
Discovery. Question assumptions. Look for new insights. Conversation cafe dialogues aren't polite conversations. They are designed to expose us to new ideas and possibly even see old ideas in a new way. Insight, seeing more deeply into a topic, can come if we watch for it.
Sincerity. Speak from your heart and personal experience. We want to hear what is important to you, not just your opinions or your data you've collected. Relate your ideas or reports to your personal experiences. What have I learned from the process? And especially the debating surprised me.
Debriefing.
Self-identified introverts said they loved the process because their voice was protected. They had a defined time to speak, and they were not talked over or interrupted. Self-identified extroverts were astonished to hear others' perspectives and to discover that they did not need to rush to fill pauses or gaps in the conversations. Everyone left respected and heard, and it is excellent listening practice for participants.
Okay. That's all of tributaries.
Mhm.
All we have, the only thing that remains of this book is the appendix. Stop sharing for a minute. And I don't know if you're interested in that, but basically it's a glossary of terms, list of the Zen ancestors, acknowledgments and credits. What's your pleasure?
But we have a little time. I think we should look at that.
Okay. All right. Let me open it up. Here we go. Okay. I'll make it bigger. Okay. See if I can make it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna again. Okay. So here's the contents. Um, so there's a bibliography also. This is a guide to terminology used in Zen. I put this in because there are terms that people are likely to hear either at Appamada or at other Zen centers that they might be curious to know about.
I'm curious about why, like Bodhisattva vow is capitalized where Bodhisattva isn't.
Oh, that's because the Bodhisattva vow is specific. It's specific to Zen. The term Bodhisattva is used also in like the Vipassana tradition. It only refers to the Buddha before he was enlightened. So it's sort of a general term, but the Bodhisattva vow is a specific vow that we take in Mahayana practice.
Now, with Buddha nature, oh, you capitalize Buddha because he's a person, but, well, that's a little confusing.
Well, you have to read the definition. So there's the historical Buddha, and then there's the sense that, like you might say, anybody can be a Buddha.
Right. No, I don't. It's the next one, Buddha nature.
Yeah. Because
Should the B be Vic in that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's referring directly to the Buddha as opposed to a Buddha or Buddha nature.
Right.
I mean, in general.
Yeah. It's the same with like Dharma and Dharma, which, Dharma has dual meanings.
Depending on whether it's capitalized.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying, this is not scholarly glossary. It's more.
I'm just wondering too, like with Dharma, you have the teachings, the is a small t,
Oh, that should probably be capital.
and the same with Doan, literally. Should that be a big L? And Dokusan,
Hold on. Yeah. Let me get back where I am here. I'm still in the other document here. Yeah. 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 These should all be capitalized.
Doshi,
Yeah.
Dukkha.
Yeah. The first letter of the description should be capitalized. Down here. Be like that. Okay. All right. And this. Ugh. Now I've made a mistake on the mistake. So sometimes you're making things worse instead of better, right? Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I looked up what this thing is called that we use, and they're not clappers. It seems are rectangular, and clavs are round. I don't know if you, or are they also called clappers? What
They're
we're using?
also they're also called clappers. I've
Okay.
never heard the word clavs used anywhere outside of a musical context.
Oh, okay. And where else have you seen what we use, the clappers? I'm just curious.
Well, that's what they called them up at Great Val, and
Oh,
that's
they use them also. Okay.
yeah, various places. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they will say clackers and sometimes they will say clappers. I don't think there's anything, you know, I don't think there's an actual formal English term for them. I'm sure there's a Japanese term. Yeah.
Oh, for Jukai, there's not a period at the end.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And also the next one, Karma.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, that one needs a period too. This was assembled over a long period of time, so that's part of why it's not consistent in some ways. There's another missing period.
The sentence after Makugyo, there's a missing period.
Yeah.
And Kokyo, services. And then one about koan, thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, all need periods, don't they?
And Jukai after path. And karma after action.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so far? Do we want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering if it could be interesting if it is specified when the word comes from Japanese or from Sanskrit. Or...
Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. I think people just generally want to know. They hear somebody talk about Tongario, they want to know what is that. It's not consequential for them what language it comes out of. It's just what on earth is that? Okay, we're missing periods. Honestly. I'm just trying not to end up with two periods. No, but over here.
Is this more extensive than what we have on the website?
I think I made a few additions to it. Yeah, I think I probably did. Oh, this needs a period also at the end. Okay,
Okay.
so far so good. We won't go through all of these, but I put the male teachers on the left-hand page and the female teachers on the right-hand page, so they're parallel. Um, and there's a lot of them. And
You had said something about how there's a difference in the two lists, and that with the females, they didn't exactly descend from the person above them.
that's right. So it's just a list. It's not a record of transmission, but neither is really the male list. It's the notion of direct transmission through that list is a construct, I would say.
So it's a little more with the male, but not exactly.
Yeah. There's a little bit more of a record is the thing. You know, nobody kept records of what women were doing, but there's more of a record there. Okay, so these are the sources. Um, we don't need to worry about this. Um, I told Claude to give me a properly formatted bibliography, and it still has problems I have to work out. Anyway, let's see, where are we? Then there's acknowledgments. Okay.
Do you talk about that? You say no one is more tedious than a writer. The work is tedious. As a person, tedious.
No, the person is tedious. The person is tedious. The work is not tedious, but the person is tedious because when anybody asks you how you are, you can only say, well, I've got pretty much chapter 14 drafted. You know, that's and it goes on like that for, like 4 years. So,
Oh, I've always thought of tedious as like shoveling snow is tedious.
yeah, shoveling snow is tedious.
Okay.
And then, this is the last spread. Hold on a second.
I'm glad you gave acknowledgement to Nelda.
Yeah. Yeah, because she didn't have a specific role with the book. So, but she's had such a profound,
Yeah, we wouldn't be there.
exactly, exactly. So this is a credits page. So depth and practice readers, I actually have changed this to say depth and practice readers, participants vary because I don't have the names of all the people who have over this time that we've been reading. And I don't actually have space to list everybody. So anyway, this is that. What else changed? Claude pointed out that this Milligan is actually M and a capital I and then two L's, so I made that lowercase now. I said, Claude, are there problems with this credits page? I don't want there to be any problems.
Oh, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Art should be capitalized.
Oh yeah, I did do that, I think. Yeah, that was a thing that Claude picked up also. Yeah. I don't know, that's the whole book. That's all I've got.
Yay.
You
Oh,
can,
when you say Inner Circle 2022 to 23, you have a colon after the three,
uh-huh.
but then with Tracking Wonder Inner Circle, you don't have I don't know.
2023, 24, yeah. So I'm going to add a colon to that. That's who was in it. We did a lot of work together. Yeah, lots of help. It takes a lot of people, it turns out.
Mm.
Yeah, it takes a lot of people. I'm glad we have this many contributions from Sangha members. That makes me really happy.
Mm.
Yeah. It's good representation. It's not everybody, obviously, who has done anything in the Sangha, but these are the people who gave reflections, and so that's why I put the page numbers for those down. Okay, bless you, bless your hearts for hanging in there. This giant, massive project.
So we're going to take a week off and then start with Vimalakirti in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, yeah, everybody needs to take a breather. That's such a deep dive. Yeah. But thanks for hanging in there um, and being so incredibly helpful. Yeah,
Well, thank you for going through this with us.
oh my
Yes, and
gosh.
thank you for writing it for us to go through.
Well, I hope it serves some good purpose at some point. I mean, I don't know. So
Well,
I
if
was
there's
saying,
ever a labor of love, this is it.
yeah,
Absolutely.
this is my love letter to the Sangha. I,
And you
I
can
was
feel it. You can feel it.
I was
You
saying to Alice,
definitely can feel it.
now I'm in the canyon of doubt. And she said, oh, so are you anxious about the book? And I said, no, I don't, I'm not anxious about it. And she said, you can have doubt without anxiety? And I said, yes, you can have doubt. She says, well, what does that mean? And I said, like, I doubt whether people still read books, for example. I'm not anxious about that. I just wonder, is anybody going to read any books? So,
Well, it's kind of Shinkantaza, isn't it? Doubt without anxiety.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
seeing mindlessly.
Yeah, exactly. Or like studying a koan, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you guys saw the website, right? I showed you the website.
Yes.
So I think once we get it hooked up so that people can actually order books there, that will be a good way to connect people to the book. Yeah. And I
Mhm.
just started today working on the black and white version,
Oh, good.
like the part openers and a lot of things that are in vivid color have to be dealt with. So, and the photographs, Cassie has already done, but there's lots of other elements that are not photographs that are in color. So,
You have to change, yeah.
yeah,
Probably not nearly as, there are probably many more than you thought there might be too, I would imagine.
yes, exactly. So, like those little paragraph markers that are insights, those
Hmm.
have to be changed in all the parts, and they are,
Hmm.
yeah, it's it's fun, but it is a labor
Hmm.
of love, that's for sure. And I'll be happy when the editing is done, and then I can actually complete the black and white version. But I can't do
Hmm.
that until the editing is done because I'm not going back and forth. It's crazy
Mm.
making.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then the PDF version will be available right away too.
Mm.
Yeah.
excellent. I'm excited.
Then I'm going to come to Austin and like launch it. We'll have an official.
Yeah.
I think Susan Kadirka is working on where that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm excited. So by the
That'd be
end of
wonderful.
end of April or early in May is our target. And I got word today that our Library of Congress number is um, our application is approved. And I didn't know you could get a Library of Congress number before you had
Mhm.
publication, but so we can.
I was able to get 10 numbers at one time years ago. So,
10 Library of Congress numbers?
yeah.
Really?
Or 10 ISBN numbers.
No, 10 ISBN numbers.
Yes, I
Yeah.
got 10 ISBN numbers because it's cheaper than getting three. I got 10 ISBN numbers, including the facility to look inside the book. So that's going to be nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a
I
little,
always like that. That's a
yeah,
it's a fun thing to be able to do.
I think that'll be fun for people. So, yeah, so there's that. And yeah, we have the ISBNs are all assigned, but Library of Congress number, that'll be coming. And then I'll be able to do the copyright page.
Mm.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, yeah. So this logistical back end part of it is its own little puzzle, its own little challenge.
Hmm.
And I'll
Great.
start sort of seeding it into Zen Teachers Association email list and American Zen Teachers Association email list, and that's always a good place for new book announcements.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see. See after that what happens.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
And I'm in the process of designing a guide for sanghas who want to engage with the questions around these dilemmas in an appreciative
Hmm.
inquiry kind of a way. So that'll be something that people can, I think we'll just make it downloadable, that people can download it, and then we'll just say, and the book really covers how we resolve these dilemmas as Appamada. So
Hmm.
but it opens questions for other sanghas. Like, what do we do with experienced students who want more training? Things like that, so all those
Yeah.
dilemmas. Yeah. So it'll give them some fodder for conversation, I think, as a community.
Great.
Yeah. That's my hope anyway. Yeah. Yes, that'll be a download that can accompany the book, and yeah. So
So
we
much
don't
fun.
we don't have pricing information yet because I have to have a accurate page count for Lulu, and then all of the sort of parameters of the book, that it's the size of it, and the color of it, and whether we want it paperback or hardback, which one paperback, all of those things was all get determined. Yeah, then we just upload the PDF and cross our fingers.
I can't wait till we can see you holding the book up.
Mm.
I'll come back to, I've got my book.
Hmm. Absolutely. We'd have a party or something.
Yeah, well, definitely we'll do that. Yeah. Thanks so much, though. Really, it's meant a lot to go through it so as carefully as you guys have, and to look at so many little tiny details that I know would annoy readers. So, yeah, it's made it a much, much better book, a much stronger book, I think.
Well, thank you for trusting us to go through and do it.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
special.
Are you kidding? It's a gift.
Mhm.
It's just a gift, a complete pleasure. Yeah, and just spending time with you guys, like it's been really fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, so, and Vimalakirti will just be like, whoo, you know.
No worries there.
It's 60 pages long or something. It's like,
No, it's not 60, it's 112 or something.
112.
And
So my book is 6 times the size of that book. And
107.
she's probably way more profound. So distilled. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. You will really enjoy it. She's such a beautiful writer. She's so poetic. I love her work. Yeah, I think you'll have
And
fun.
Kim, you'll put out an email reminding us not to come next week and with the
Yeah,
name of the book again.
I'll try to do
Lost for
that
the
tomorrow.
First Time. Thank you. Thank you for always being willing to do so many different kinds of things.
Yeah, right. It's so helpful. Yeah, thank you for proposing doing this for depth and practice because that wouldn't have occurred to me. But
Mm.
Kim is the one who said we should do this in depth and practice. I'm like, really? You know, we're still working on it. Work in progress.
Well, it's encouraging for those of us who are also working on books or novels or
Mm.
projects.
Just one little tiny step after another. It's so amazing. You know,
Mm.
this entire book was written in 1 hour chunks in bed from 4:30 to 5:30 by
Mm.
hand in my journal.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how it got written. And so if I can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, anybody who actually puts some more time into it and effort into it. But it was very, very effortless and very free flowing, you know. But yeah, so it's totally doable. It just takes patience, you know. You just have to be
Mm.
patient with the process because the
Mhm.
process is what runs it. You're not really running it. It's really running itself through you. So the biggest thing I think people should do is get out of their own way and let what wants to come through them.
Mm.
Mm. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I truly, it's just been an entire joy. Not there's not a piece of it I thought was, you know, terrible struggle or really hard or I mean, it's just been a pleasure. So do things that are a pleasure like that. Write things that are a pleasure.
Mm.
Just that just flow out of your like life force. Life's too short. That's what you should be writing. Yeah. In this case, I love the Sangha so much and I see so much in it. You know, I just see so much there. I wanted to reflect that back to them. This is what I'm seeing. You know, this is what I realize about what you're doing together. So,
That's appreciative inquiry, isn't
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it is. It is. And hopefully, like, it'll inspire people to, you know, do this in their own songbooks, that they'll create that kind of a record for their own songbooks. And hopefully they won't be daunted by the fact that this one is 687 pages long.
Or just like it was written, one piece at a time. You just read it one piece at a time.
Piece at a time, right? 1 week at a time in depth and practice.
There you go. Exactly.
Well, I do know that the abbot at Great Vow told me at AZTA that he definitely wants a copy for their library. So I'm happy that that was the response, you know. So it's good. It's good to hear that. Yeah. So yes, enjoy your 2 week break.
it?
Have fun with Vimalakirti. So wonderful. He's really our patron saint of the householder practice.
I can see that.
Yeah, wonderful. So, anything else? Anybody wants to share? Anything going on with you? Oh, Mohan. It's just been so delightful that you could join us, each of you. I'm sorry Ed isn't here tonight. It was so fun to see him. Yeah, I hope he's doing okay.
And Starlet, yeah.
Yeah, and Starlet.
Yeah, she's I thought she might be coming. She's being very careful right now with all the change in weather and she's working on some new medications to
Good.
just rest when she needs to rest. And this time of day is her usual really good resting time.
Yeah.
But she has very much enjoyed it. I can pass that along.
You're in contact with her?
Hmm.
tell her how much we appreciate her presence and her keen eye, and I'm happy that we were able to include something from her in the book.
Yeah,
So
no problem. She'll
yeah,
be excited.
page 367.
367.
At least I think these page numbers are still correct. I may have to go through and double check. So some things have changed, but yeah, I think that's where it is. So good.
It's where it was in the uh, back of the book. That was the page number 367.
Yeah, yeah. So so hopefully it's not moved too much. So yeah. So yeah, now I'm working on black and white, which is so interesting. Like I can't decide if you represent colors with um, shades of gray, gradations of
Hmm.
gray, or whether you just go with black and white, which is sort of my inclination. Just a little bit cleaner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be another whole fun little project. But I have all the images, so it's ready, really ready to go.
And your son did the cover?
He's working on the cover, he tells me.
Oh, okay.
I know. Yeah. He's in the middle of making a bunch of videos for his LinkedIn profile. They're building an application in real time and posting it on LinkedIn. So I don't know. You know, this isn't this isn't a way that I mean they're trying to buy a company, and this is how they're trying to uh, connect with companies that might want to be sold. And I'm like, this is a modern world. I can't even imagine, much less
Hmm.
function in. But yeah, yeah. So, but yes, I do remind him that there is a project waiting, that we can't really promote the book without a cover. And then
That's true.
my ultimate threat is, I guess we'll just have to use my cover, and that should really light a fire under him. That's the nuclear option.
Mm.
Yeah, so the provisional cover is on the website, but yeah, I'll be happy to see his version. So, all right. Okay, then. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
You too.
I hope I get to
And we'll
see you.
see you in 2 weeks.
Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Say, Anne, could you stay on just a minute? I want to ask you one more question. Do we want to do that format again where we have people like at 8 o'clock write and then share?
Um,
Or if you want to think about that,
yeah, yeah.
what do you
I,
want to think about it?
yeah, let me think about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
We won't get arrested if we don't do it.
yeah, and there may be, yeah. Well, I'll think about it.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Bye. Let me know someday. Bye.
Okay.